Welcome back, second grade readers. We have been doing some amazing work understanding characters. We've learned how to collect information about characters and stop and jot as we read so we can connect with the characters. We have also learned how to describe the characters' feelings to determine if their feelings change from the beginning to the end of a story or a chapter. Today, we're going to do some more amazing work by describing how a character responds to a problem. So, we have to think and we have to pay attention to the character's actions. To do this, we have to look closely at the words as we read and the pictures. First, I want us to return back to the book that you just read. The book you just read, Memoirs of a Hamster, is told by a hamster, and it's a pet hamster who is enticed by the family cat to venture outside his well-equipped cage to the sunroom only to quickly discover danger. So that blurb already reminded me that when it says that they're going to discover danger, I know that Seymour the hamster is going to face a problem. So let's turn to the page when he has his first problem. One of the first problems that Seymour faces is that he is trying to escape his cage. So let's reread Night 10. Good old Seymour is one smart hamster. My escape went like clockwork. I moved the seed dish, then I was able to muscle the fuzzy boy to the front of the cage. I had a little trouble climbing outside of the wheel. It kept spinning and I wasn't getting anywhere. But Sweet Pearl suggested I jam a sunflower seed at the side of the wheel. And it worked! After that, it was easy. I shimmied up the wheel and popped the lid right off. Question: who's going to eat every yogurt drop in the sunroom? Answer: me. Reading that page, I noticed that he was determined. Because if you reread that line, it says, it kept spinning and I wasn't getting anywhere. It said, but Sweet Pearl suggested I jam a sunflower seed at the side of the wheel, and it worked. So he was determined and he did not give up. I also noticed that over here, he's really thinking out his plan. And then if you look at his eyes right here, he is determined to get out of that box, out of that cage, and he doesn't give up. So his first problem was that the wheel kept spinning and spinning and spinning, and it wouldn't stop. But instead of giving up, he remembered the advice of Pearl, and he put a seed right there, and he tried it again. And it says it worked. Now, after he got out of the cage, he faced a couple more problems. At first, I thought he was just going to give up. But then I remembered how determined he was when he tried to escape his cage earlier. So on night 13, let's see if you guys can help me do the same work that I just did. Paige, you guys are going to help me answer these questions. Question 1. How did the character react? How do you know? What did the text tell you? What did you learn from the illustrations? Which sentence tells what is happening in the illustration? So, the first question, how did the character react? So, at first, Seymour just kind of started giving up. But then, so hungry and tired I could barely move. I heard Pearl purring the way she does when she sleeps. It was my only chance. So let's think about those words right there. It was my only chance. Does that sound like someone who's ready to give up? No. It says I tiptoed out from the back of the sofa and headed straight for my cage. I was going to make it! But suddenly there was a terrible noise. It sounded like a hurricane. Now, when he yells, I was going to make it! And if you look at his eyes, he looks very determined. So I can see from the illustrations and from the text that he did not give up. Do you agree? Okay, so number one, how did the character react? Seymour did not give up. He took a chance. How do we know? Because the story told us that he said it was my only chance. What did the text tell you? When we're reading, it says, I was going to make it. You can tell he was determined. What did you learn from the illustrations? I learned from the illustrations that the cat, Pearl, was sleeping, and that meant it was his only chance. And I can see here how he's tiptoeing and he's going away from the couch. Which sentence tells what is happening in the illustrations? So let's look right here. I tiptoed out from the back of the sofa and headed straight for my cage. So that sentence tells us what's happening and where he's going. Also, I heard Pearl purring the way she does when she sleeps. So that tells me that Pearl is sleeping. All right, you guys did a great job helping me understand how the characters would react in different situations. Now it's your turn. You can go to Epic and find a book of your own and see what story you can read and if you can identify how the characters will react when there's a problem in the story. Have fun reading!